All right, today we're going to continue or finish up 5-1. So yesterday we talked about how to write an equation in slope-intercept form where it gave us a slope and then we used an ordered pair to find our y-intercept, correct? The difference on today's is it's not going to give you the slope or the y-intercept. So we're going to have to find both things, okay? So if the only thing it gives you is two ordered pairs, so 4, 8, -2, -7. Just like the last couple days, we need to know what's my slope, what's my y-intercept, right? So if I don't have either of those things, who can tell me what I would have to find first here?
Your y final and your y initial.
Huh? Given two ordered pairs, what would I need to find? Slope, right? Somebody besides Cam, tell me, how can I find slope with two ordered pairs?
Multiply.
Bless you.
y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Perfect. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay, that will help us find our slope. So, Sebastian, what's my y2?
-7.
Okay. And what would I subtract from that? What's my y1?
8.
8. Good. Okay, and on the bottom, Evan Funkhauser, what's my y or my x2?
8.
Wrong.
8 we already used.
-2.
Good. So we already used our y's. So -2 is my x2, and I'm going to subtract x1. What would be my x1?
4.
4. Good. Okay. All right. What is -7 minus 8? Anybody? -7 minus 8.
1.
-15. What about -2 minus 4? -6. Okay. Now, for slope, we always want to write it in simplest form. So anytime I see two negatives, my final answer is going to be a what? Positive. Is 15 divisible by 6? No, but they are both divisible by what number? 3. What's 15 divided by 3? 6 divided by 3? 2. So my slope here is going to be 5/2. I would always write those out to the side. That way you have them for our final answer. Okay? Now, we're going to work this exactly like we did yesterday. Y equals mx plus b. So your only extra step, honestly, from yesterday to today is to find the slope first. Now, here's my one question. Does it matter which ordered pair you choose to use? No, they'll both give you the same answer. Okay? JC, which one do you want to use? 4 and 8 or -2 and -7? Okay. All right. So if we're using this one, what would I plug in for y, JC? -7. Callan, what would I plug in for m?
5/2.
Okay. And
X.
what would I plug in for x? -2. Okay. Now this part we should know because we kind of rolled through a lot of this yesterday. What is 5 times -2?
5. -5.
Hold on one second. Go ahead and try that. Hello? Yes. Okay, bye. Okay, 5 times -2 is what? -10. Okay. Then -10 divided by 2. -5. Listen, you guys, I'm trying to teach us how to do these without our calculator, right? So if you start on top of your fraction, multiply by the whole number, 5 times -2 is -10, and then you divide that by the bottom number would be -5, okay? So we get -5 equals, -5 plus b is equal to -7, okay? Who remembers my last step to get b by itself?
+5.
+5. So b here is equal to -2. So now that I have my slope and my y-intercept, Paisley, do you know what my equation would be in slope-intercept form? y equals 5/2 x minus 2. Okay? Now, I'm going to try to do not as many examples today because I think we have talked about how to find slope before, right? So this first part, bless you, this part is not new. We've done this before. Second part we did yesterday, okay? So it's just kind of putting those two things together, right? Okay? All right. I'm going to do 3 examples total, and then if we need another one, you can let me know. Bless you. Okay, anybody want to take the first part of this?
Me.
Emma, did you say me?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. What do I do first?
-4 minus, well, plus 2.
Yeah, I am going to put minus -2 just as our reminder that we always subtract. Okay.
And then 3 minus 2.
Okay, so like Emma said, we are going to end up adding those two things. So what is -4 plus 2, Emma?
-2.
-2 over
A 1.
1, which simplifies to
-2.
right. Anytime it's over 1, we just drop the 1. It's whatever is on top. Okay, so our slope, right? We just found our slope is -2. Caden, I can use either of those ordered pairs. Which one do you want to use? The first or the second?
First.
Okay, again, doesn't matter which one you choose. We just choose one and we're going to use that. All right, so what equation now am I going to write? Cayenne. What equation do I use to solve?
Y equals MX.
Thank you. Y equals mx plus b. Okay, so Eric, if I chose the first ordered pair, what number am I plugging in for y? What's the y value in that first ordered pair? -2. Okay. Evan P, what am I plugging in for m?
The
-2 that we found earlier. Okay. And then Alice, what about for x? +2. Okay. All right. Dylan, what's my next step?
Multiply -2
And what do you get?
-4.
Okay. And then Angie, my last step to get b by itself?
Add 4.
Add 4. And what value would we get for b?
2.
+2. Good. Okay. Isis, can you tell me what my final answer would be in slope-intercept form?
Y equals -2.
Perfect. Now, listen, I'm not telling you guys that you have to do this every time, but do you notice how I'm writing the things I need over here on the side? My M and my B, so I can just take those straight to my answer. So I think it would be helpful for you if you're kind of clean up the way we write. Put your slope over on one side, solve in the middle, put your answer over on the end. Yes? Okay? All right, last one. Do we feel like this is not much worse than yesterday? Okay. Anybody want to take the last one? All right, Cal.
You gotta do your y2 minus y.
Okay, yeah, just go and tell me what numbers.
-4 minus 2
Okay,
over 8 minus 8.
all right, what's -4 minus 2?
-6.
8 minus 8.
0.
Now, what does that mean our slope is here?
Undefined.
Our slope is undefined. Now, does that mean I'm going to work this a little different than I did the last two?
No.
Yes, right? We talked about this yesterday. Remember, what 2 funny words did I use to help you remember how to do this?
Boy and Vex.
Hoy and Vux, right? Okay, so which one am I using for undefined slope?
Vex.
right? Vertical line, undefined slope, x equal to a number. So, Callan, do you know what my equation would be then?
Nope.
Does anybody know? Remember, these are the easy ones, you guys. We just go straight to our answer.
Oh.
What variable do I use?
X.
X, right? I just take x, and what x value am I setting it equal to?
8.
8. How do you know that it's 8, Callan?
Because they're both 8.
Yeah, both of your x values here are 8.
What if they were different?
Which they won't be. If they're different, they're going to give you a number slope, right? Which, just as a hint, anytime your x values are the exact same number, you can't have one negative, one positive. They have to have same signs, right? But if they're the exact same number, you're just going to get x equal to that number, right? So same thing like if you had this as your ordered pair. What do you notice about these two? What's the same?
Y.
Y. So what do you think your answer would be here?
Y equals 1.
Y equals 1. Because when you find the slope on this, you're going to get 0 over like 15. So your slope is 0, which is where we would use hoi, right? Slope of 0. So y is just going to be equal to 1. Okay? Not bad, yes?
No.
Okay. All right.